Hello everyone! We normally send out Christmas cards, but keeping with the theme of 2020, we decided to do it virtually.
We hope everybody's having a good year and staying safe. We're going to give you a little update on how our 2020's been so far.
2020 started off like most years. Work, hanging out with friends and family. We were even excited to go to Ireland this summer.
And then COVID happened. We were quarantined together. I don't really go anywhere at all. I've only filled up my Jeep twice since March.
We have kept busy though. I started training for the Chicago Marathon in January and continued my training because we weren't really sure how things were going to go.
And I got to relax on the couch.
I was supposed to run a half marathon in Ireland, but it got canceled, so I ran one here.
And I supported you. And I got to relax on the couch more.
I was running about 40 to 50 miles a week.
And I got really good at napping.
All of my races were canceled this year or turned into virtual. So the local running store near us decided to put on a pandemic marathon for pretty much everyone around the area that was signed up for Chicago. This was on November 1st, and it was about the coldest day that we've had so far. This was a 36-degree day, and wind chill temperature was 21. Winds were 43-mile-an-hour gusts, and then we had sleet, we had snow, we had all sorts of rain on my very first marathon ever.
But you did so good.
Oh, thank you.
And I played a lot of video games. Witcher 3, Zelda, Battlefront. We've been playing a lot of Mario this year too.
I really like Mario.
Take that. She's mastered accidentally picking me up and throwing me into the bad guys, or lava, or a pit of spikes. Ah! What are you doing?
Accidentally.
Why did you throw me?
Hey, I did get really good at it though.
You did. The first couple weeks were a little rough, but by the end, you beat Mario and Luigi. Yeah, good job. If you ever want to test how strong your relationship is, play Mario co-op with your significant other.
Yeah.
You killed me again! We joke, but we actually worked out a lot, both of us. Obviously, she worked out more with the marathon. I mean, I'm a sprinter, so even in the best shape of my life, I couldn't work out that much if my life depended on it. But we did have a consistent schedule several times a week. We'd go up and I'd use my lunch breaks from work as a workout break.
Yeah. We actually had a really nice setup for our weight room. We started out the year with just intentions of creating the weight room, and it worked out really well because once that pandemic hit, we couldn't buy weights at all. It was very, very helpful to have all of that equipment up there, and especially in the cold, it was nice to utilize that.
At one point during all this, she started to say that I looked like the guy from Jumanji, and naturally, with all the working out I've been doing, I thought she meant The Rock.
No, not even close.
Yeah, it turns out she meant Robin Williams from the first Jumanji.
Yeah, it was bad. Like, most of you saw pictures of it. It was pretty bad.
I kind of liked it.
Probably our biggest upset this year was not being able to go to Ireland.
Yeah, we were pretty bummed.
Yeah. We had everything booked, we had everything planned, and we had some really cool places to stay.
Yeah. And once it got to be closer to June when we were supposed to be there, I still had all that in my Google Calendar, so I kept getting the notifications. Fly to Ireland, stay in a castle. Oh.
Yeah.
So I started thinking that we could do a scavenger hunt and do all the things that we were going to do in Ireland here in Valpo.
This was kind of a surprise for me, as I was extremely disappointed we weren't able to go. So I was really excited when he showed me the list. We actually made a whole day out of it. For example, I was so excited to stay in an actual castle.
So we found a couple castles around Valpo. Probably the only time I've ever been happy to be at a White Castle.
And then we found a Zao Island Castle, which was our local mini golf course. Of course we wanted to see the Blarney Stone. I mean, we were tourists, right?
This was the closest I think we could find here in Valpo.
I think this was actually the hardest thing to find on our list. We drove around for quite a while. We were going to see things like Skellig Michael, the Cliffs of Moher.
Yeah, not a lot of cliffs in Valpo. Could have driven to the Indiana Dunes, but we were too lazy. And one of the things that I wanted to do most when we went to Ireland was go to Guinness and go to Jameson. I've always been told that Guinness tastes different at the brewery.
So we went to Forefathers instead. We had a stout on the patio and then got some to go.
We've heard how friendly the Irish people are and really wanted to just sit down and talk to a few of them at the pub.
So we went to have a drink with some of our favorite Valpo locals.
So when this quarantine started, it changed the way we do everything.
Yeah, it changed our working habits, of course. Everyone had to work from home. We worked from home at our dining room table, and we were very close proximity to each other.
Yeah.
A little too close at times.
You were right there, like as close as we are now. And we actually have very, very different organizational systems, we'll call it.
I am an organized mess type of person. Everything had a spot. I knew where everything was.
So then I got word that I was probably going to be working from home through most of, if not all of 2021 as well.
The dining room office was working for a little bit of time, but I wanted my table back.
Yeah, I have my desk set up over there. She's got her desk set up pretty much right where we are now.
I like my background.
Yeah.
Being stuck at home, we really couldn't see our friends, our family, or our coworkers. So we had to do pretty much everything virtually, which I really utilized because I ended up having a couple Zoom meetings a week with my coworkers, and we had social hours. So that was pretty fun.
Yep. Virtual meetings, virtual dinners, virtual everything.
If we were going to be quarantined, though, we were pretty lucky to be quarantined at our home, especially during the summer. I utilized our lake, whether it was in the spring when I was taking ice baths after running, or when it was in the summer and I was on summer vacation in between work meetings still. I was out floating and kayaking, everything.
Yeah. And even when I was working, it was nice to be able to have a nice view and be able to step outside from time to time. And when it was really nice outside, I'd take a half vacation day and jump in the lake.
Or even a quarter vacation day.
Yeah. Sometimes it was just nice to hop in the afternoon for a little bit.
Every year, my mom and I always do a girls' trip. This year, we were not able to do a girls' trip the way we normally do, so instead, we went camper shopping. We actually ended up getting a camper, and we ended up going camping with Mary, my mom, and myself in October to Grand Haven. It was kind of a fun trip. It was just us girls, and we were right on the lake. It was rather windy in October, but it was still fun.
I didn't go anywhere. I usually don't anyway. But I did play a lot of guitar. Started off, got a couple acoustic blues shows in with my friend Scott before all of the craziness started in. Then after we got locked down, we did a little bit of remote recording, in our separate locations. And Scott actually got a guy that we listened to and even cover a couple of his songs, Will Kimbrough, got him to play a song and record it with us, which was really cool. We had a virtual blues project this year, and there were a lot of good submissions, about a dozen submissions from kids and then the other adult members, which was also very cool. And then I even started playing a little bit more of the hard rock and metal like I used to back in the day, with some new toys, of course, but it's been a lot of fun. Well, that's about it. That was our year.
We hope everyone is doing well and staying safe.
We miss you guys, miss everybody.
Yeah, happy holidays, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Hopefully we see you
Sometime.
soon.
Yeah.